Alright guys, here with the very first kind of review, I guess you could call it. I'm going to be looking at my newest purchase of the Subtank Nano by Kangertank. Um, there's the packaging here. I wasn't going to buy this tank. I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I'm not going to go into a full review. I was using an Aspire Atlantis before I switched to the Kanger Subtank. Um, I was a huge Kanger fan up until I want to say a good 2-3 months ago. I was having problems finding coils and such, and the coils burning out quickly on me, and just low quality, and it wasn't for me anymore. So I switched over to the Aspire Atlantis and been using that for a while. I'm really not going to get into depth with reviews because there's a ton of reviews already out there for these two products. When I was going to my local vape shop here in Pennsylvania, looking to buy something new, I looked online for some reviews, and there wasn't a real, I don't know, I guess a head-to-head kind of thing, with the Aspire Atlantis versus the Kanger Subtank Nano. Now I know that they're, kind of two different animals, but they're kind of not, because they're both subtanks. One is considerably smaller than the other, um, but both run at the same, both have the same ohms. They both have the same 0.5 ohm coils, and I just never really got a good head-to-head kind of deal. So from my experience, I can tell you, using the Subtank Nano with the 0.5 ohm coil in it was a huge It's a huge advantage over the Aspire Atlantis tank. The flavor is what everybody says it is. It's 10 times better than the Atlantis tank. Um, Vapor production, it's about the same. I mean, you're going to get about the same from both. But flavor is definitely more with the Subtank Nano. Um, a lot of people have complained about the Aspire coils being, ceramic or whatever, porcelain or whatever the heck they put in these coils. And the Subtank Nano has cotton coils, organic cotton from China. Um, or Japan, whatever. If I'm wrong, correct me. But in in the past day that I've been using my Subtank Nano, I would definitely recommend it. It holds about the same amount of juice. The coils are around the same price, to go to the buy replacements, I should say, that are normally going to run you about $5 a pop for one at the local vape shops. I mean, you can get them cheaper online, but I like going to the local vape shops and supporting the local economy, and actually physically seeing somebody and talking to them about their suggestions, as far as how they feel about a product. Um, so, I mean, like I said, it's definitely a step up, and I definitely will be using my Subtank Nano a little bit more. Um, I mean, vapor production, again, like I said, is it's about the normal that you would get. I'm vaping right now at, I don't know if you can see that, but it's 25 watts. Um, the Aspire, I was vaping at 30 watts, and that seemed sufficient. But when I put the Subtank Nano on at 30 watts, it was a little bit. The taste was a little off. I could tell it was something different. It got sort of like a kind of a burnt metallic, rusty kind of taste. Um, and I didn't get that off the Aspire, so I bumped it down to 25 watts, and it's vaping pretty good. I mean, I definitely can't complain. It was definitely a good purchase. So it's a good amount of vapor. Good throat hit. I make my own juices, and I've filled it with orange creamsicle. Um, Always in my tank, I use 60 VG, 40 PG. And in my dripper, I obviously use a little bit, a little bit higher. But this seems to be about the best mix that I could find for my tank. Now, the Subtank Nano will definitely, if you throw 90 PG, 90 VG, 10 PG at it, dripping juice, it'll handle it like a champ, because I tried that last night and it worked well. No dry hits, nothing like that. I was running a mechanical mod before I got my box mod, I guess you call it. I was a big mechanical mod fan, never really liked the variable voltage, and I just recently switched over yesterday as well. Then that'll be, I'll do a review on my box mod, a little bit later and upload that. But what I can tell you is the Subtank Nano, definitely. I mean, if you're in the market for a new tank, or looking to upgrade to a different tank, I would definitely go with Kangertank. Now, Kangertank makes the sub-tanks in Nano, Mini, and I guess their full-size one. Their prices vary. Obviously, the full-size one with the RDA rebuildable part of it is a little bit more expensive than the Nano. I was on a budget, so I had to get the Nano. I could do a review on the bigger one, but I need money to do the bigger one. I mean, I don't know. It was a good purchase. I picked it up for about $35 at the local vape shop, XL Vapors, here in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania. Awesome guys in that shop. I mean, if you're local, live around this area, definitely go to their vape shop. Check it out. If you have any questions, they'll be more than happy to answer them for you. They'll let you try things out. Look, there's no rush. It's a calm purchasing kind of thing. They were pretty straightforward with everything, as far as giving me information as to what they thought about it. And the guy who sold me my Subtank Nano is also using a Subtank Nano on a box mod, and he suggested it. I mean, he was all about it. He said he found it better than the Aspire Atlantis tank, as I do. I definitely agree with him. Like I said, I'm not going to do a full in-depth review of the Subtank. I mean, these are my opinions, but I mean, if I could steer you towards something that you think that you're not going to waste your money on, definitely go with the Subtank Nano over the Atlantis Aspire. They're both around about the same price. I mean, the Aspire Atlantis is going to run you around $40 to $45, depending. I mean, you can probably get it online a little bit cheaper, but like I said, I use local vape shops because I like to go in, see the product, hold it in my hand. If possible, screw it to my mod, whether it be the mechanical or box mod. See how it looks, fits. I like the online purchasing thing, but I like to be in person and see it in person. But between the two tanks, I would definitely go with the Subtank Nano. They both hold about the same amount of juice. The Aspire Atlantis, though, I sort of felt that it kind of stumbled a little bit on itself when I tried using my dripping juice in it. Now, I know you're not supposed to, but when you're in a pinch, you have no, tank juice, you do what you got to do. But the Aspire Atlantis kind of it stumbled with the dripping juice. It wasn't a consistent hit. I'd get a couple good hits off of it, and then I'd get a lot of dry hits. The Subtank Nano so far, I mean, no matter what I throw at it, it seems to be going good. Now the coil is only a day old, so if the coil is a week old or something like that, you might get a little bit of degrading taste. But I mean, like I said, if I could steer you towards a purchase that you won't feel that you wasted your money on, I would definitely go with either Subtank Nano or Subtank Mini. I'm a big fan of the new Kangertank Subtanks. They've won me back as far as build quality and all. Um, the airflow is a little bit better than the Aspire. The Aspire feels a little bit more restricted, as you know, when you're trying to do a long hit. Um, both tanks have wide bore openings, so you really can't do a mouth to lung hit. I mean, if you lower down the airflow, you probably could, but I've just gotten so used to doing a lung hit, I just go straight for the lungs. Um, and also with the Aspire, now I work in a dirty environment, and I've noticed with the Aspire that around the inside ring of the Aspire, now I don't know if this has anything to do with the restrictive airflow that I'm getting, but inside that slot right there, if the camera will focus, there seems to be a collection of dirt that gets in there, and crap from the air that's floating around. And it's really kind of a pain to try and clean it. I mean, you really got to take the tank apart, clean it with water, let it sit, dry out. And I haven't gotten that with the Kanger, with the Kangertank. I mean, it's got the same kind of airflow slot, but I have not seen a dirt buildup. Again, it's only a day old, so I mean, we'll have to see what happens. I'll have to do. I'll put up another video at a later date as time goes on, as I'm using it more and more. As far as performance wise and such, I'll do like a 1 week use review or a 1 month use review and compare them both again. But in head to head, definitely, the Subtank Nano is, I would definitely go for over the Aspire Atlantis. Just the wicks are a lot better. The Kangertank seems to wick a lot quicker when changing flavors. It wicks a lot better, and like I said, the flavor is outstanding. I've never, besides my dripper, I've never experienced any Subtank that I've owned. It hasn't had this amount of flavor. Like I said, besides my dripper, or my RDA, if you call it that. I call it a dripper. But so yeah, like I said, I mean, I would definitely go with the Subtank Nano. Again, this is all my opinion. I mean, you can go to your local vape shops and try it out for yourself, see which one fits you the best. But for the price, I mean, if you're gonna go out and spend $45 on a tank, I would definitely greatly consider the Kanger Subtank, or the Subtank Mini, or even the full size one. And because they all use the same, all three of the tanks use the same coils. They all, it's just a matter of how big do you want your tank, how long do you want a tank to last. Now, tank wise, just today, it's 12:30 in the afternoon. I woke up at 8 o'clock, 7:30, 8 o'clock, put my kids on the bus, and I've been vaping pretty much consistently on this. And I've refilled it twice. And I refilled it about 15-20 minutes ago. So it's going through a good amount of juice, but not as much as the Aspire. My Aspire, I would fill it up 4 or 5 times a day. Whereas the Kanger, I've only had to fill it 3 times in 1 day so far. I'm up to 1 and about 3/4 today. But again, I mean, that's I vape a lot. So for somebody who's not going to vape a lot, or is just a random vapor, as long as you're not a chain vapor, you're not going to blow through a lot of juice. A lot of reviewers go through a lot of juice, as well as the guy that I bought this from at Exhale Vapors in downtown Wilkes-Barre. He goes through almost, I think he said 30 milliliters of juice a day. I go through about 15 milliliters of juice a day. But I also smoke at I vape at a low nicotine level, because I'm trying to cut that out, with the nicotine. But I mean, I don't know. I like the Subtank Nano. It gives me a good throat hit. It gives me good flavor. It's just all around a good tank. So definitely, guys, go check it out. Purchase it if you can. If it's something that you're on the fence about, as far as getting a new tank, I would definitely get it. So again, that's just strictly my opinion, but I from user experience, I definitely love it. It's something that I would definitely buy again if this one ever broke. So hopefully this helps some guys, or some people make a decision on what to buy. Like I said, I'll post another video up soon, within the next week or two, giving you an update as to how living with it and life is with it, and we'll go from there. So if there's anything else that you guys would like to see, or anything else you'd like me to review, or if you'd like me to do a review on the Aspire tank, I put that back on my box mod and fire it up and give you guys a review on that. But for now, like I said, I'm not going to go into an in-depth review. I just wanted to kind of, give some information about people that were on the fence about which tank to purchase. There's a million reviews on YouTube already from more trusted sites, or sources, I should say, as to the unboxing and the inside materials and stuff like that. Both, again, like I said, you're gonna get an extra tank, or an extra Pyrex glass tank and stuff like that. Instruction manuals. It's all general stuff. You get it with any name brand tank that you're gonna buy. But the packaging on the Subtank Nano seems to be a little bit better and more professional than the Aspire Atlantis. They just used plastic, and it didn't feel as high tech for the price that I paid for it. So again, hopefully this helped a couple people out. If there's something else you'd like me to review, definitely let me know in the comments below. Subscribe, like, comment. If you'd like me to review the bigger Subtanks, more in depth, if there's a certain part of a review that you'd like to see on one of those, I'll include a link down below for donations, and to go and purchase these products, and I'll get review videos up for you, with unboxings and full on user reviews, as far as everything, right from the get-go, from opening up the package to using it and filling it for the first time. Again, there's a million reviews out there, but if I can help somebody, that's what I'm trying to do here. So hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks again.